Cowboys mailbag time with all of the questions coming in from our live audience. So if you want to get on the show, want to have your questions featured, then it's pretty simple. You guys have to subscribe. From Bust714, how will the world react if our boys beat Tampa? The Cowboys haters will go into spin mode, excuse mode as to how the Cowboys win. I think I speak for all Cowboys fan. It's Super Bowl, baby. Cowboys going to win it. That will be my overreaction, real or not, if the Cowboys beat Tampa. I don't think they're going to. My expectations are lower to start the season. If they do, though, I'm all aboard the hype train. Let's ride. From DeLunatic, who wins this battle? The Cowboys tight ends or the Bucs tight ends? Go Cowboys. Both units are fairly deep. Blake Jarwin, Dalton Schultz, though, aren't as good as Gronk, O.J. Howard, and Cameron Brate. The Bucs win because they've got 3 starting caliber guys. The Cowboys only have 2. From my burner account, what is the game plan if McGovern gets hurt at Tampa? It's a great question. Here's your problem. You might have a situation where Zack Martin and Brandon Knight's a little bit closer on that time frame, they might not be active, which means I guess you throw Matt Farniok in the game at guard. You kick in Ty Nsekhe, Terrence Steele. I think Farniok would be the guy who gets the call there. It's not great. The Cowboys don't have great interior O-line depth, even with everyone healthy. If you lose your 2 or your 3 top guards plus your 4th option in Brandon Knight, it's going to be thin at the position. So hopefully no injuries on the offensive line or at all in Week 1. Now, speaking of Week 1, predict the score for me of this game. Again, it's Cowboys at the Buccaneers. I've given my preview already, but I want to hear from you guys as well. Don't forget to mention who you have winning. Don't just put in 24-17. That doesn't really narrow it down at all for me. So get your votes in for me in the comments section. Predict the score. This will be the pinned comment on today's video. So get the ad break here on YouTube, scroll on down, and get your votes in. The Lunatic, Ryan Lee Trenson for the Ring of Dishonor. 2 good names there. He also wonders who's scoring first, the first Dallas touchdown. I will go with C.D. Lamb on a little corner fade pattern, maybe even out of the slot. They'll run China like they did against the Texans in the preseason. That's my prediction there for the first score. From Ryan, how do you think the Cowboys' offense will perform without Zack Martin? He said that's preform right there. I am going to go with they won't be as good. They will have to adjust the game plan. I think that the running game will be most impacted. I still think they'll be able to have 6 runners. They were dropping 30 points a game without both tackles last year with Dak Prescott. I still think the offense will be good, even if Martin misses this game. I just didn't think they were going to win before it. From Forrest, will Dak lead the NFL in passing yards? He was on pace last year. I do not want Dak Prescott to lead the NFL in passing yards. If he does that, that means one of 2 things. My ground game was terrible, or more likely, my defense was bad, and I had to keep throwing late in games. I would like Dak Prescott to have fewer passing yards this year, because that should mean that the Cowboys were better, and they were running the ball in the fourth quarter, something they did not do really at all last season. Now, right now, Dak is second in the odds to be the NFL passing leader behind only one Patrick Mahomes. I kind of like Justin Herbert on that bet, by the way, plus 800, because I think the Chargers defense won't be clicking on all cylinders in year 1, but there are tons of great bets on there. You can place all your bets with our sportsbook partner, BetUS. To get the 125% deposit bonus, pay attention, folks. Head over to chatsports.com/bet. Use that link. It's the one right there. Otherwise, you might not get the deposit bonus, but you got to also use the promo code Cowboys125. Otherwise, things don't always click that great. There might be some bugs on there. And so use the URL, use the promo code chatsports.com/bet and Cowboys125 to get the 125% deposit bonus. Another super chat from Ryan. How do you think Parsons will perform in his debut? Tom Brady has made a big deal about, oh, it's not fair. The defense has number 11 and number 14, and I'm all confused because I'm a boomer out there. I think, first off, Brady's being soft. You can identify who the damn linebacker is because he's 25 pounds heavier than the corner. It should be a pretty good indication there. So maybe it will confuse Brady. Either way, I think you will see some splash plays out of Micah Parsons. I don't think he's going to be immensely, impactful and perfect yet, but I think you will see flashes of Micah Parsons just like we saw in the preseason. Honestly, I'm not worried about him. It's the interior D-line. It's Lawrence coming back from injury, at least for this upcoming week. It's the other linebackers. It's the secondary that I've got a lot more concern about than Micah Parsons. From GOAT, I saw Chris Godwin limited in practice. Any updates on that? Again, folks, remember, it is Tuesday right now. Game's on Thursday. At least we're filming this on Tuesday. Limited at this point means he's going to play. Now, maybe Godwin suffers more injuries down the stretch. I think he's going to be fine. I would be very surprised if Godwin did not go in week 1. Ethan Tyra, who is the additional cap space for? So, background in case you missed it previously. The Cowboys converted $6.25 million of Dak salary into a signing bonus, blah, blah, blah. Magic numbers goes into Excel. $5 million in cap space ends up emerging, right? They crunch the numbers, all right? This does not mean a move is coming. If you saw around the NFL, multiple teams made these types of moves on Tuesday. This type of move is made for 2 reasons. Number 1, you might be a little bit over the salary cap. Now, I didn't check the numbers for the Cowboys move. They were like right on it. And more likely, you want some breathing room in case there are injuries on your roster. And if not, it rolls over. There is no move planned right now that anyone is aware of for the Cowboys. This is about creating some flexibility now and for next year on top of that. From Aaron Yates, when will Kelvin Joseph take over as the starter at corner? I don't know. I would like it to be soon, but he's on IR for at least 3 weeks. That puts him behind the 8 ball. In fact, there is a real possibility that Nahshon Wright ends up getting a start over Kelvin Joseph because he's just been in practice longer. Joseph had the COVID bout. Now he's on IR. I'm a bit worried about Joseph making a major impact in year 1. It's a big reason why the Cowboys kept Anthony Brown. I want it to be Kelvin Joseph. He was your second-round pick. You've invested the most in him. Right now, he's not that close to emerging as a starter because he kind of struggled down the stretch in the preseason and, of course, is now banged up. So pick a corner for me. Let's say by the end of the season, who's the starter? You know who I want it to be. But what do you guys think it will be? Type AB for Anthony Brown, type KJ for Kelvin Joseph, or type NW for Nahshon Wright. From Jerome, is Mike McCarthy on the hot seat? If Dallas is 1-5 or worse at the bye week, unless they are once again ruined by injuries, I will be calling for Mike McCarthy on the hot seat. This team should not start 1-5. I think they're going to start the year 0-2. And I think they should be 4-2, 3-3 at worst at the bye. The schedule after a pretty tough first 2 games is not that challenging. So if they do start that poorly, then yeah, barring some weird injury stuff or COVID or something crazy, I'm going to be blaming Mike McCarthy. And if you guys want updates all season long from week 1 to week 18 now, hit that big red button and subscribe. That way you won't miss out on anything here at the Cowboys Report. Dusty Rose, what are the keys to the Cowboys to win this game? I did go through some keys to the game in my preview. It's on the channel. You can go check it out for a more full, in-depth answer. One quick short key, gotta find a way to get some pressure on Tom Brady. If he has all day in the pocket, this secondary and defense is going to be picked apart. DeLunatic, which Dallas defender gets the first takeaway? Ooh, I am going to go with Trevon Diggs. I think Diggs makes the first takeaway this year on an interception. We will see if that's in week 1 or in week 2. From my burner account, are we wearing the blue unis? I swear they're cursed. I had somebody on Twitter do a statistical study for me over like the past 15 years, and the result was no curse. I was surprised. Now, I think if we whittle down that sample size to like a 10-year range, might look a little bit worse. But yes, they are wearing the blue uniforms this week against the Bucs. From Concrank, if we make the playoffs, do you think we make it past the divisional round? Do they make it to the NFC Championship game? Oh, that's asking for a lot. Well, let's make it a bit easier here. Will the Cowboys win a playoff game? Don't make me choose. Let me be a coward. You guys answer for me by getting your votes in the comment section. Type in Y for yes or type in N for no. From N8 Lopez, if you had to choose your starting linebacker core for this Thursday, who and why? Am I starting 2 or am I starting 3? If I'm starting 3 for base packages, I think it's Jalen Smith, Micah Parsons, Leighton Vander Esch, LVE at the weak side linebacker. Smith and Parsons both might get some Mike and strong side linebacker usage. If it's just based on snap count, Parsons 1, LVE, Keanu Neal, whatever order you want, 2 and 3. I think I go Neal over Leighton Vander Esch, then Jalen Smith. Coverage matters. Neal, Vander Esch, and Parsons can either blitz the quarterback effectively, looking at you, Micah Parsons, and or they're good in coverage. That's LVE and Neal, much more so than Jalen Smith. From Petey Miller, how many sacks will Tom Brady have? Over or under 4? Or will Tampa have? I hope it's, I don't know why I saw TB and typed in Tom Brady and like, sacks for the Cowboys. I'm stupid. I'm going to go with the Bucs will have under 4 sacks, and I hope that ends up being the case if Collins is healthy and they can survive at offensive guard without Zack Martin. Or help, maybe Zack Martin ends up playing.